You have it on your screens now, I think.
You said if you don't want it.
Yeah, no, you're going to have it anyways. Because this is something that you are not working on anyways. So this is the class time that maybe was a bit upsetting for some of you. But let's see how we can solve this problem. I think probably now you know the answers. Let's just do that as quick as possible. So we have 3 instance variables: hour, min, second. All of them should be int, right? So let's have int hour. Put them private, for example. Private hour, min, and second. I can have this all hour, min, sec like this, okay? And then I have 3 argument constructor that initializes all instance variables with values based on 24 hours format. Okay, so I need the constructor public time that takes 3 things: hour, int hour, int minutes, int second, and I'm going to this dot. I'm not going to do anything because I need to check first. What if somebody gives me an hour that is not 24-hour format? So I need to check that the values that are given are correct, because I said if there are valid values using 24-hour format. So what are the valid values? Well, the hours. So yes, so the hours, if the hour is greater than, it should be equal to 0. Can it be equal to 0? Yes. Yes. Because 0 is midnight, 23 is 11 o'clock in the evening. So it could be between 0 and hour less than 24. That's it. That's my only condition, so I can accept the data. Yes, I have to do the same thing for the minutes. So I have to check also the minutes. I'm going not to accept anything. So if this is okay, and the other thing about the minutes is that I'm going just to so the minutes are greater or equal to 0, and the minutes are lesser than 60, and I'm going to do the same for seconds. I'm just putting the parentheses so I can clearly see the different conditions, but I don't need to put those things. So now, if all these are true, now I can do this that hour equal hour, and this dot minute is equal minute, and this dot second is equal second. So I'm checking first that everything is respecting the rules. So this is for the hours, for the minutes, and for the seconds. And if everything is respecting the rules, I'm going to accept it. If something is not according to the rules, I'm going to not accept it. So what is going to be inside of it if I don't accept this? Hours would be? Well, by default, if I don't put anything in hour, minute, second, what would be inside of it? 0. So let's put it myself. If this is wrong, if it gives me something that doesn't respect these conditions, I'll put it myself. You don't have to do this again, you remember, because Java does it for you, but it's better to not rely on what Java does automatically for you. It's better.
Can I write system out error?
No, we don't want to display anything because we didn't ask you to display anything. We said that you will initialize all variables with valid values. We didn't say that you need to display. Yeah, even if it's valid, you don't display anything. Valid or invalid, we don't tell you that this should be displayed something. For you, okay, but this was not asked as a requirement for this class. But we didn't ask you. You can keep it for you for your testing, no problems.
What if I put this an open parenthesis 0, comma 0, comma 0?
What do you mean?
Like instead of putting this dot hours equals 0.
What did you do?
Can I put this and then open parenthesis and put
No,
0,
no.
comma 0?
It's not acceptable. Is it acceptable? Was it Java happy with what you wrote? Don't think so. Or maybe I didn't understand clearly what you were talking about. So anyways, that's what we were asked for. This is just extra. This is extra actually. Even if you didn't do that, that's fine. but we should have some questions before doing these assignments. So that was with this 3 argument constructor. The mutator is like the very easy stuff, right? The mutator is set or get?
Get.
Set or get? Get?
Get.
Get is accessor. You get something. You mutate, you change, so you change something. So a setter is void set second, and I need to give me the seconds, and I'm not going to set anything unless we said that the second should be valid. So if the seconds, you said set the second field to a value given as a parameter, but only if the given value is valid. How can it be valid? Between 0 and 59. Questions? Which one? This one? This one?
The question.
The mutator method that sets the second field. This is the second field. This one. So I'm going to change to put something inside of it to a value given as a parameter. This is the value given as a parameter, this sec, and then I'm going to do that only if the given value is valid. So I'm checking if the given value is valid before I'm putting it inside. I need now a toString method. With this toString is the one that needs some conversion. I need to convert something. So public string to string, and then I need to return something. What should I return? Well, I need to do something. Before I need to return something, I need to prepare what to return. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to declare something called whatever, s returned value, and this is what I'm going to return later on. However, I'm going to prepare this to have something. So first of all, the hours, because this is what actually needs to be dealing with. The hours. If the hour is greater than 0, okay, but it should be greater than 0 anyways, because I'm not accepting that hours. Okay, but it's not equal to 0. Now the 0 is something else. Yeah. When it's 0, when the hour is equal to 0, what should I do?
If it's equal to 0, hour equal to.
Okay, so if this is equal to 0, then this hour should become so return value. I'm going to put inside of it 12.
12 a.m.
And there's the AM that needs to be there. Okay, so I need to remember that this is an AM. So I'm going to put something like I don't know, AM PM. I don't know how to name it. SAM PM. And I'm going to put this SAM PM to AM. So if this hour is equal to 0, well, if this hour is not equal to 0, there's another case. If the hour is
Greater than
Greater than 0, less than and equal to.
less or equal to 12. So if it's less or equal to 12, of course I know that this is greater than 0, because it's not 0. If it was 0, it's going to be in this place. If it's less than 0, then the returned value should be the same hour, but it's going to give me a mistake, so I need to add this to a text, so result should be a text. And then is it AM or PM?
It's a.m.
It's AM. If it's 10, that means it's 10 AM. Now if it is not equal to 0, and if it is not less or equal to 12, that means it's 13, 14 until 23. What should I do? The S returned value is equal to
Hour
hour
minus 12.
minus 12. and I should add something empty just to make it a string. And SAM PM should become PM. And because I have these situations, look what I'm going to do, just for fun. I'm going to put it as AM. If it's not AM, this is the only case where it's PM, I'm going to change it here. If it's 12, it's going to stay AM, it's going to stay AM. And now I need to add to this, I need to add the minutes. So the minutes is it affected with something? So I'm going to add to this, first of all, something that says like this, for example, to separate that, plus the minutes. Or maybe just, instead of having empty here, I can do something like this. I just need now to just put the minutes, plus the column, plus the seconds, and plus this AM PM. So let's look at it again. I declared this to be empty, I didn't put anything inside of it. And then I'm putting this AM PM to be AM, because most of the cases it's AM, except on this case it's PM. And I'm checking if the hour is equal to 0, I'm going to return 12. If the hour is less than 12 or equal to 12, it's going to return that hour, and with this the separation of like the hours. But if it is, and it's going to stay as AM. If it's greater than 12, like 13 and above, it's going to show 1, 2, and whatever, depends, because we subtract. If it's like, for example, 13 minus 12 is going to be 1, and this is 1, that needs to be PM. And at the end, I'm going to add to this, whatever the hour was, I'm going to add the minutes, and then this column, and then the seconds, and then maybe a space, because it might need a space. Oh, let's put the space here, so I don't need to have to put it anyways. And this is the conversion of the 24-hour format. Well, based on what I'm seeing, probably you missed something, right? You look like you have missed something.
Many things.
Many things. That's so unfortunate.
It looks like easy here, but when we start doing it, it was really tough.
What's important is just to cut the steps and how to understand the steps, how to solve the problem. And let's do something about this now. This is the added the increment. I would like to increment by a positive number which is less than 59, and then let's name this as public void, because I don't need to return anything. Increment, and then by int number of seconds. I'm going to increment a specific number of seconds, but I'm not going to do anything except the seconds are greater or equal to 0, and the seconds are less than 60. So if this is not the case, I'm not going to do anything. If this is the case, then this is where I'm going to put the code. So what is the code that is needed? I need the seconds of this in the class, I need to add the seconds that were added. Now the thing is, do I need to change the minutes? Well, it depends. I need to do something. I mean, there's a better way, maybe a faster way to do that, but let me just, as we were explaining, now I just need to see if this dot second now becomes greater than 60. What should happen? This dot minute plus plus. Else?
Second minus 60.
Very good. And the seconds, I need to, don't forget to remove the 60 seconds, the minute from that second. Okay? Now that I've done that, I need to now check if the minutes, well, actually, this can be inside. That's why I hesitated. Because the rest, I don't need to check if the minutes are going to be changed, if the seconds did not change. So then, after I change these minutes, let me just put it in this order. Now that I changed the minutes, I incremented 1. I need to check if also the same thing, if this dot minutes is greater than 60. I mean, it should be greater or equal, because even if it's equal, I need to remove those 60.
Shouldn't we put it in another point? Okay.
In other words,
I mean, another construction for the another method for the minute.
no, just keep it the same. We don't have to. We can, but we don't have to. So now what I'm doing, I'm just after adding a minute, I'm going to check if that minute did not make our minutes become 60 or more. Normally it should not go above 60, it should just be 60. If it was the case, then I need to, the same thing, this dot minutes, remove the 60 from it, and then this dot hours, plus plus. And again the same thing, if this dot hour 23, so or greater or equal to 24, or becomes equal to 24, I don't need to, I can put, for example, either like this, that's fine, or equal 24, because it cannot be something else. If this is equal to 24, what should I do? The hour should we become back to 0. And that's it. There's a faster way using the modular division, which just stands on 3 lines, but maybe it will become really not easy to understand. I prefer this step because this is what I was explaining on the board. These are different steps. This, if it's not like that, this, not like that. And this is going to do the work. Now it's time for testing this. Don't trust me only. So let's put some time, something interesting, 23, 59, whatever, something like that, just to test first of all, and system.out.print the time. So what do you think would happen if I display this? What should I see if I execute this? It's not nothing, something will happen.
The same. Keep it the same.
Keep it the same? No.
No.
The second will be 0.
The hour will be 0.
Well, tell me, what should I see on the screen? Some of you say the seconds are going to be 0. Yes, that's true. But this is what I'm going to see on the screen?
It's a false condition. There is a second maximum 59.
Okay. So what would happen? What should I see on the screen?
11,
23.
23? 59, 0?
The last one is 0.
The last one is 0.
you will see 11.
11.
I will see 11.
11.
I will see zeros.
12. Plus 59.
You add,
Seconds is more.
You forgot what happens if one of them doesn't respect the condition. What am I doing? If this is true, 23, is it greater than 0? Yes. 23 less than 24? Yes. So this is okay. 59 was the other one, right?
Yeah.
59 greater than 0? Yes. 59 less than 60? Yes. Seconds, these were like 600 or something. 600 greater than 0? Yes. Less than 60? No. All this no now. False. One false, everything false. Where should I go? How much is in the minute? Hours. 0, 0, 0. But however, 0 in 24 hours format, when I'm displaying 0, is the hour 0? Yes. Okay, make it 12. Yes? So that's normal that I'm seeing. I'm seeing this 12, 0, 0. AM. Okay? Now if I put something like this, I run it. Now it's 11:59, 4 seconds PM. If I'd like to have this 0, 0, but that's another thing. I just don't want to make it complicated, but it's not really complicated. I can do some very simple things without using some method. There's some methods in the string format that allows me to do that. But I don't want to give you some extra things. But I can do, for example, something really interesting in the AM PM. Walaikum salam. I can do something like this. If the hours is less, or just leave it at the hours, maybe just the minute, I'm going to change them. And here the minutes, so I'm going to do something, for example, like this. If minutes less than 10, just to have a small zero when,
Zero for
yeah, and then I'm going to add the minutes and everything, and then I'm going to stop here and ask again if the seconds are less than 10. I'm going to add a 0 before displaying the result, something like that. I'm just, now this is only to display zeros. This one is only to display 0 when the minutes are less than 10, and this one just to display 0 when the seconds are less than 10. Now if I run this, you're going to see like this, 0, 4. If I change this to 0, 9, maybe just 3, the 3 is not going to have 0, 3, it's going to cancel. What happened? There was a mistake. Maybe I typed O. So it's 3, 0, 9. If I'd like the hours, I can play also with the hours, but anyways, we don't care now. Now what happens if I do 23, 59, okay, 40, and then I'd like to add something, t dot increment to how much you would like to increment the time? 1,000? With 1,000, nothing should happen, and nothing happened. Because this is what we want. We don't want to add anything if the number is not between 0 and 59. Same thing if it was minus 1,000, nothing will happen. But if it's, let's put 30. So 10 seconds, and then this is going to be incremented, and the rest. Well, what happens if it's less than 30? Well, still this is going to become, well, 10 for example. So only this is changed. If this was 58, I just like to make sure that only the minutes are incremented. So I'm adding 20s, so only the minutes, and then the other one is not touched. It's PM. And excuse me?
Decreasing from the second. Stop decreasing hertz.
Yes, 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 yes. It starts from the seconds, yes, because we add the number of seconds that is between the as an argument. I'm sure that everybody has done exactly the same thing, or maybe similar. Okay, fair enough. If I'd like to have the hours also to be something like to add the 0, I can do something like if the hour is less than 10, this is going to be equal to 0, else, I mean, maybe just plus equal to 0. I'm just improving this to do something more interesting. So now even the hours are going to be displaying something (03:59).